the Lord was showing that South Africa is a nation that has been overtaken by the principality of the dragon. So if I can explain that to you, the principality of the dragon is none other than Lucifer himself, Satan, fallen angel of light, bringer of chaos and destruction into the lives of men. When that principality is loose in a nation, it is a brute force principality. Just go and read any folklore about dragons. They're not known to be gentle. They work with size. They are extremely crafty and cunning. In the old days, when dragons were outside, they used to converse with people. They used to set you a riddle to see if you were smart enough. This is the equivalent of a cat today playing with its food before it eats it. These things were out there. People were not drawing them in the mythology for nothing.
You will never see a South African man fly to Nigeria and open the church there and pays people to fake miracles and scam citizens. You'll never see a South African man fly to Nigeria just to sell drugs and do human trafficking. You will never see a South African man flying to Nigeria and turning their children into prostitution. You will never see a South African man flying to another country and opening spaza shop and sell fake goods, poisonous goods, filthy goods, and expired food. You will never see a South African man flying to another country and disrespecting their government and their law enforcement. You will never see a South African man renting offices in other people's country just to scam their citizens. I believe other men from other countries must learn manners and order.
Yaba respecta ngoba ifuku ukuthi sifungubisela nathi singakhona ukubisela asiuthi siyabasaba mara siyaba respecta kodwa into abayenzayo sokusenza sigcina sikhathala ukuthi ayikho emthethweni ngoba ifuku semthethweni kufanele ukusayina iphepha le court sign sikiwe isikhathi sokuthi kuyelani ngakini
sina 1 month asingasebenzi wanyizwa ndini sibekezela mara ikinga today asizwange zoshaya umuntu la ne sifikile la sabambela yeni sathi sithi pakana amatafula sipakisana amatafula baphuma bazofika bashaya umfana loya sabona ukuthi kathi labantu kathi sibayalo mpela yabusuka phela kusho ukuthi labantu laba sihlula no abasikhulu sibanikile isikhathi sokuthi sibahlonipha manje ukuhlonipha sifinish kwathele lokuseleyo ne masingazwani ukuthi sipakisana sonke la akuzohlala kunje akunamuntu ozodayisa
We are going to show you that South Africa is not like your countries, is not going to be like your country, and the laws of this country are going to be respected. The police are going back to do what they are best at, and you are going to learn to respect the laws of South Africa. We are not going to stop.
I don't think people understand the power of social media. Remember this Zim guy who made a video and it went viral on social media and they raided Amacheli. So never underestimate the power of social media and the noise. When people are making noise on social media, they're not crazy. Now SA is currently raiding illegal occupied buildings in Durban. More than 100 illegal foreigners were rounded up and arrested while the city of Cape Town is also doing readings, guys. Okay.
Hey, Chinigi, I feel for my brother in Durban, KwaZulu Natal. Hey, there's this man, this policeman in that side. He doesn't take any shit. Ntantangwanazi. Hey, I saw you go close Durban. I see my brother. He come out with the window. Hey. He look up, he look down. He see, I don't have anywhere to go. I tell him, my brother, just surrender. It's bad. It's bad, Deben. It's bad now.
This is why I say you guys are bullies and manipulators and you hate South Africans low-key. Because you'll shame us on the fact that we were colonized and we live with white people and we are oppressed. Yet you'll leave your countries to come here and join the oppression. You'll leave your countries that don't have white people to come to a country with white people so that you can shame the black people that live in that country that they still live with white people. The white people you'll keep calling out are the ones that came up with the civilization that you'll pursue every time you'll come to South Africa. Understanding that we are oppressed people and coming here to contribute to the poverty and not to the economy. Coming here with no papers, coming here to contribute to crime, to contribute to our struggles is not about uniting South Africa. That's why I'm saying you guys gaslight us into thinking we're xenophobic, because you want us to be accepting of unacceptable and unlawful things that are done in the country by people from outside South Africa.
I am not saying do not come to South Africa when you have problems in your country. But I'm saying take note that South Africans do not run away from their problems. So when you come here with your fake passport and start provoking us, remember that South Africans do not run away from their problems.
Undermine us. I don't know if it's because you think you've got a lot of rights. But let me be clear with you. This thing needs to come to an end. You think you can go around bribing people, you keep killing our children? This child, anything is possible. The decency of your brother taking out a gun and shooting one of our own in a foreign country. Why does he even own a gun? Where does he get a permission to even own a gun? Even licensed. Is that gun even licensed? But did he even go to a shooting range for shooting? Because everything that you do, guys, is illegal. So we're going to give you, after this meeting, just 2 hours, we're going to go and monitor that site. All of the shops that site must be closed. We will help you. No one is going to loot. You must take your things and go. We are taking action flights, the whole of Soweto. We are tired of you guys. You're killing our children. You must come to an end today. White City is going to be an example. The struggle starts today. Come on. We are not going to loot. No one is going to loot. We are going to take care of the situation. We are going to mobilize every now to make sure we call more people to come and help you to remove your stuff from the concrete.
Outside.
If our new Minister of Home Affairs, Leon Schreiber, has his way, then undocumented migrants into South Africa, whether they work in restaurants or in domestic environment or in civil society or roaming, will in fact be chucked out of the country. Now that's nationalism. That's not xenophobia. That is the minister saying, let us ensure that jobs are going to South Africans and to legal migrants who are applying for asylum in South Africa, absolutely. Let us ensure that undocumented migrants coming into South Africa, for whatever reason, and we understand how pathetic their situation in their own country actually is, but we've got our own problems. Let us understand that those undocumented migrants coming into South Africa are taking South African jobs. The argument has always been that South Africans don't want to work at those jobs. They're not happy to be laborers any longer. They're not happy to work on gardens or be domestics or work in waiting positions in restaurants. But that's nonsense. The average South African who is under the age of 20 or 25 are looking for work, are hungry for work, are prepared to work, are productive, are educated, but remain unemployed, and principally because of those migrants coming into the country. Statistics South Africa would tell you a different story. They're telling you that in fact we don't have a problem with undocumented migrants in this country. They are a minority compared to the rest of the population. The real question is, who are they gathering their statistics from? Undocumented migrants are not going to answer surveys. They're not going to say, we're here illegally, and we're working, and we're making money, and we're sending that money back to Zimbabwe or Kenya or Ghana or wherever in Africa we've come from. They're not going to own up to that. They're not going to say it. When Statistics South Africa come knocking, those people are going to fast disappeared. So the bottom line is, Stats South Africa do not know their you-know-what from their you-know-what. The bottom line is, we have a migrant crisis. Ask our hospitals whether we have a migrant crisis. Ask our hospitals whether the medicine and the medical treatment are not going to people who in fact are not South Africans. Now, as Minister Schreiber issues this warning to undocumented migrants, irrespective of where they're coming from, there are a number of political parties who obviously are going to have to start shaking in their boots. Because the reality is they've depended on these undocumented migrants for votes, for support politically, sometimes even financially. Now, they're going to have to depend on South Africans voting for them. So watch this space. Either Leon Schreiber will be successful, or he will horribly fail, because the rest of the GNU will completely handicap him.
Guys, I've always wanted to ask this question, but I just never had the courage and the balls to do it. Why is it that, maybe yes, why is it that when I look at videos or I've experienced Nigerian food, especially more on social media, you know, why is it that it's always like you know what I mean? Like, it's always sticky, and like, why is it that most of the food is like that? Like, maybe I'm crazy.
The country of Nigeria is deeply, deeply corrupt. Often talked about how Nigerians are some of the best performing immigrants that come to the United States. If you think American politicians are scumbags, Nigerians will give you a different kind of perspective. And just one example of how corrupt they are. Last year, they had an election. The Nigerian government asked their citizens to bring in money. Now, they said the reason for doing this was that they had to update the cash to a new bill. And the entire idea was that you bring the cash, you ask for it back, and they give it to you. But when these people gave their money to the government and asked for it back, they didn't give it to them. They were told, sorry, we don't have it. And that's what a government can do to its own people.
Chidima moving from South Africa going back to Nigeria is a beneficiary of identity theft, and going out there to get crowned as Miss Universe Nigeria. It's actually a sign that if all the Nigerians in South Africa can go back to their country, they can actually achieve more that side. They can actually become Igwes, they can actually get crowns that side. They can actually get rewards from the Nigerian government and organizations. She actually opened the way for you guys to go back to your country and start reclaiming what's yours in Nigeria. So how about you quickly pack up your bag of drugs and go back to your country, huh?
Illegal Nigerian flathead jolloffs carrying a coffin with dead illegal Nigerian in Sunnyside, Pretoria. Bro, thing is, you would never find South Africans doing this in Nigeria or any other place. Like, we as South Africans respect other countries, but we don't get the same respect back. Don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with a dead body, you know, because, you know, it's harmless. But in public, nogal, like, kotropong, liteng, kotropong, nagana nje utlhakabetse ke stoop. Man, it is a party, man, man. Imagine all those people that are walking there. Imagine all those South African citizens that are walking there and witnessing this person that they didn't know of. Come on, bro. Like, there's no problem with coming. Like, keep your rituals at home, you know. Like, keep them at home. It's not it. It's not it.
Get into buses and go home. Go and fight from there. Because the humiliation that you are being subjected to here in South Africa is if you don't have your own homes. It's high time that you take it upon yourself and organize yourselves. EFF is there. We can even sponsor buses.
South Africans, the things that you cannot finish, don't start it. You have been having banters in Nigeria, and Nigerians have been watching you. We warn you. We warn you. We warned you. Nigerians are not supposed to be played with. This year, we started with no grief for anybody, including our government. And that is why we have organized several protests in this country. We won't take it easy on anybody. You have opened the door for a lot of things. We don't start something that we can never finish. We may not be the first to start, but as soon as we pick up, that is what we are known for. As soon as we pick up, we have taken it with our full chest. Now start watching. You decided to banter with us with our boat riders and Uber riders. The Nigerians have retaliated. Let me tell you something. If Nigeria, pray that the youth of Nigeria do not decide to go into cybersecurity wars with South Africa. Nigerians are good when it comes to cybersecurity. Just pray, because there's a lot of things that can be attacked in South Africa. Businesses, banks, and a whole lot of things. Just pray this is not the gate of hell that has been opened. If you want to banter with world, feel free, but don't go the other way. Don't go with actions. We are filled with action. That is what separates Nigerians from other African action. They want stop these things. This banter, I can't take it anywhere. Ask Ghana. Ask Ghana. I don't even blame you people. The people I blame is Ghana.
Good day. This is President Abonjo of Laughter Republic. This is a very, very brief message to the South African government and to my counterpart, President Ramaphosa. I am very, very disappointed with what I've heard about Chidima. I'm so disappointed that I'm now recalling. I am recalling, I will not repeat, recalling my South African ambassador, and I am suspending diplomatic relations with the South African government. It's as if South Africans have forgotten how Africans stood for South Africa so many years ago. I genuinely believe that Nelson Mandela will be rolling in his grave over this latest incident with Chidima. I also want to say this to President Ramaphosa. Please ensure that my citizens are safe in your country. Thank you.
President Obojo, stop lying to people and also stop interfering on a matter that you don't know. If government of South Africa has decided to reject Chidima, it means they have seen that Chidima, she's not a citizen by base. So now, who are you coming out and blaming a president of, a government of South Africa? And you are telling us that you are recording Ramaphosa. Okay, who are you recording to Ramaphosa? And you are recording Ramaphosa for what? For what? If you have seen that your people are not living okay outside of your country, why don't you send Tukutuk or KK, collect all of them and bring them back? Simple. Rather than you coming on social media and just trying to intimidate everyone here with your big voice for nothing. We are not going to allow that from today. If you want to talk about other countries, just talk things that it can make sense. It can give us hope. It can give us togetherness. Not just trying to intimidate everyone on social media. Who are you? From today, we don't want to hear your voice. And stay away from South Africa and South Africans as well. People from South Africa are very good. You people, you are the one destroying them. You're destroying goodness because they've been so quiet. They've been so good for a long time. Now they're tired. That's why they're complaining. So now they're trying to sort out things. Because you guys, you coming and do stubborn in their land. Now they're trying to sort out to put the country in place. Now you trying to intimidate people in social media. President Obojo, please, if you have seen that your people are not living okay, just hire something, come and collect them. Simple. rather than coming here, hey, I recall President Ramaphosa. Who are you recalling President of Ramaphosa? Does President Ramaphosa, can he accept your call? Can he accept your call, President Ramaphosa? No, he knows you. Better stop doing that, my man. You are a very big man. We are very big man. We are not going to allow this nonsense.
General, stop killing my people. Stop killing my soldiers. I don't believe you want to see the full force of South African army. Yes, it's political. Your people, your refugees are here in South Africa. Some are living a better life. Some are driving piggies, delivering food around our country. Your people, stop killing my soldiers. I don't know whether this message will come to you or not, but I'm asking you sincerely, stop killing my soldiers dangerously. Because really, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, you don't want to see my South African army.
In fact, why don't you take up the opportunity? Why would you come and make your fortune here in South Africa when, as you've described it, you could be making a fortune in Zimbabwe? Why are you here?
Because I'm part of the problem in Zimbabwe. My attitude of thinking that I had to come and take up the opportunity that was offered to me here
So why don't you go
instead
home?
of mining
May
land.
I ask you that? Why do you not
I am
go
going
home?
home. But
Are
right
you?
now, I've also got family in South Africa. I've got South African children, and those South African children don't just allow me to just stand up and leave, but I do have projects that I'm taking part in Zimbabwe because I've learned that those resources are the most important thing.
If you have such faith in your country, in Zimbabwe, I would say and I would think you would get up and you would take your family and you would go and fix up the future of Zimbabwe. If you're saying there's land, if you're saying there's minerals, if you're saying there is so much wealth and opportunities for you there, you're living a contradiction.
No, I'm not living a contradiction.
You certainly are by sitting here. You're living a
ask you that
contradiction. Because people are suffering in Zimbabwe.
So why are
but
people
you're
not
languishing
why
here.
are people not going to the Netherlands? Why are Germans not going back to Germany? Is it because their countries are bad? Is it because they're running away from problems in the UK or in the States? Why aren't Europeans going? What are you doing here?
I live here. This is my home. I'm not running away
But
from it.
why are you living here instead
There's
of Europe?
great
Why did your
opportunities and I
great-grandparents
love
come
this
here instead
country.
of Europe?
We're not talking about grandparents. We're talking about me.
No,
We're talking about
you've
you.
made it sound like a Zimbabwean needs to go back to Zimbabwe to show that Zimbabwe is working. So why are Europeans not going back to Europe? Why are Asians not going back to Asia? Why are they staying in South
The context of
Africa?
the conversation is that you're saying that Zimbabwe is a beautiful country with great opportunities and people have run away from there to become waiters. The context is you are living here in South Africa when you could be going back and making that country work. That's the
But you
context.
also forgot that I was asked to come here. Somebody thought my skills were important here.
I've been asked to go to other countries, but I believe in this country.
But why don't you believe in Europe?
No, I believe in South Africa.
Why don't you believe in Europe?
I believe in my country.
Why don't you believe in Europe?
I'm not a cowboy. Listen, I'm gonna make you sweat, make you wet, make you wet, wet, wet. I'm gonna make you scared, little baby, pissing in your cancer pressure.
Vault unlocked.
Hello, what is up, you dazzling diamonds and the others? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda Kyle, and this is the Vault. Anyway, you guys, let's jump straight into this. There. Alrighty then, you guys. If you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on that thank you button. And before you guys leave out of here, please do drop me a comment in the comment section down below. Right? In this video, you guys, I want to touch on a topic that I spoke about last week. Right? I had mentioned that I think that South Africa is under siege. South Africa is under attack. And I don't think that people realize it. I've been seeing lately in the news and on different channels how the South African police are trying to eradicate these foreign nationals and send them back home. That's great. That is so great that they are finally actually actively trying to do this thing. But I promise you this, there's a lot of them, some of which we don't even know are here. I'm not talking about the average Joe that you possibly pass when you're walking down the road who doesn't have their papers. I'm talking about the ones that are underneath those containers, the ones that are living underneath those spaza shops. I can see the police going into town and rounding them all up, trying to deport them all. But trust and believe, this thing that is about to happen, and I promise you guys this, I don't want to instill fear in you guys, but it's happening. It's actually really happening. And then boom, one day you're going to wake up and ask yourself, how did we get here? How did this happen? We thought they deported them all. No. This thing has been in the works for many years. I remember when the foreign nationals started to come into South Africa, it was way before my kids were even born. This is over 10 years. So you can only imagine how many of them are here. And I still ask the question, why are they here? What do they want to do? It's getting very hot and busy. It's kind of getting really freaky dicky. The ones that you can see on the news and on the YouTube channels and stuff, those are not the only ones. And threats are flying around, directed to South Africa. Uchidima, she didn't help the situation. She's a player in this game. I don't know, like I said in my other video, is she part of the special forces or something like that? Is she like a plant? Because her situation is so peculiar to me and it's getting stranger by the day. Plus, she just won Miss Universe Nigeria. And after all this drama, I have now recently seen her for the first time crying about the situation. Maybe now she can finally have some breathing space and express herself. But there's really something freaky dicky going on over here. That military base camp that I was speaking about, Konindo off. I say to you guys, that cannot be the only military base camp that was housing or training foreign nationals. I can't remember where those ones were from. But you know, we have the Somalians, Ethiopians, Pakistanians, and of course, we have a lot of the Nigerians. And the Nigerians are really, really mad at South Africans. They are seething. It's like you can almost taste or feel that at any second, the pin is going to drop. Something is coming in South Africa. And that's why I was asking, is our military ready? Like I said before, I'm not trying to instill fear in you guys. I just want you to open your eyes and see the situation for what it really is. It's getting rough. And every part of the world has its turn. Every part of the world has its turn. Have you ever sat and wondered why you never hear of any war situations in South Africa and situations like that? But every other part of the world goes through these things. Everyone has their turn. I am not saying that South Africans, I am proudly South African. Always have been, always will be. I'm not saying that South Africans raising up these problems, fighting against the influx of these drugs, these drug people, these crimes, these kingpins that actually come from other countries. I'm not saying South Africans are wrong. You obviously want to protect the land or the home that you are from. I'm just saying, are we ready to be as vocal, to be as outspoken and strong as we are online? Are we ready physically? Are we ready gunnically, weaponically? Are we ready? Are we ready? It feels like the walls are just caving in, and it's only a matter of time. If you scour around on the internet, you will see the threads. They're threads. And it's been something that has been going on for years. It's not just now. It's not just because of Uchidima. It's not just because of that guy that was in jail saying that they're having a great time there. It's a combination of different events. And the people that are here, the foreign nationals that are here, are getting very confident. In that video I did, I was talking about how they chopped this little boy with an axe because he stole an energy drink. They very, very comfortable, very confident. They've learned ways to infiltrate us, and it feels like nobody sees this. I hope the people in power and the military has been observing this situation, because it didn't just happen 2 months ago. And it's not just, it would have been one thing if South Africa was just beefing with Nigerians, something like that. It's a lot of other countries. And it's not because South Africans are wrong, xenophobic, or wada. It's because of the things that these people then come to do in our country. Right now, the main topic or the headline is how these foreign nationals have South African jobs. It's not about that. It's not about that. We know that they like to say that South Africans are so lazy. You could go to any other country and the people of that country will say that their people are lazy, because the people that come in from outside are so desperate, they will take anything, know your worth. They will take anything to remain in the country and thrive and survive. It's not that South Africans are lazy. It's not that. Something funny is happening, and it's starting to make me wonder about these extortion, protection fee people. I even asked in my other video, I said, who is at the top? Who is funding the whole operation? Because now they keep getting busted. Some have been getting eliminated, the extortionists, but those are the little guys. Some people will get, even if it's your country mates, you'll get desperate to the point where you will take all these freaky-dicky jobs from anyone. And then most of these criminals are not smart enough to realize that there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger story than what meets the eye. I don't know which president it was. I think maybe it was Obama. Or maybe I'm thinking Obama because of the movie Leave the World Behind, where they were saying that movie was very important, and I asked you guys to go and watch it. It doesn't only speak about Babylon, which is the US, in my opinion. It speaks about every other nation, every other country. Cause chaos amongst the people of that land. Make them turn against each other, and then boom. And then boom. And now you get all these other people that are Africans with our skin color. And we are all turning against each other. The boom is coming now. And I guess who, like I said, like I asked, who's the one at the top? It's the very same people that stole the land. If you don't believe me, Watch the news. Watch what's going on right now. It's not starting to feel like, maybe kind of sorta, apparently, allegedly, they are slowly creeping back into power? Make the people turn against each other. Make them hate each other. And then kaboom. We will destroy each other. People of my color will go up against each other. That also includes, I'm telling you, it's like slow poison. It's been happening for years. You don't even realize it. They are so patient. Those people that stole the land, then they ran away from Africa. They went to the European countries. Think about it. But their plans were always in motion. It's not only with, don't forget, the olive colored people, the Somalians and stuff, they're part of the darker colored people. All of them. It's slow poison. It's been happening gradually. It's been happening in the food. It's been happening, whereas we are rich in minerals, in agriculture, and so on and so forth. It doesn't make any sense why we are getting our food from other countries. It doesn't make any sense, actually, if you think about it. So they've been doing it slowly, but surely. These people are very, very patient. They still believe that we took what was theirs. Now they've turned our people against each other from the different countries, which also includes Isdaramiso. That's why the Nigerians came here to do their Isdaradi things. That's another slow poison, is it not? Make them zombies. Make them sick through the food. Reduce the population. It will always go back to reduce the population. It will always go back to reduce the population. Where do you think the HIV virus came from? It was them testing these things out on these people. Syphilis. Khona manje bekudumile ukuthi the mpox is from Africa. It's a problem. It's a problem. This has been a plan all along. They never got over it. They never did. They never did. Abo Zuma, Abo Malema, all these people know. They know. It is you that doesn't know. And it seems like it's you know, even that time when there were like riots and stuff. You ask, who threw that first rock? There are agents out there that cause chaos. There are so many Nigerians and Somalians and a lot of people from other countries that are helping the Guptas. Hello? Our country is not even owned by our people. It's actually happening. It might not be today or tomorrow. And our SAP might think, they're going to eradicate them and catch them all. You can't. It's been years. It's been years that they've been building up their momentum. They are everywhere. Some of them sound like South Africans. They have our accent. It's so hard to judge. Zulu, all these languages. And you're just like, that's a South African guy. They even have our surnames. Because of, they did the same thing that Chidima's mom and them did. Why was the Nigerian government so quick to accept Uchidima? That's why I'm saying Uchidima is part of this agents. These people are agents. These people are really freaking agents. And then she wins the competition. And then South Africans are thinking, we're so smart online, you're doing this thing online, but are you ready physically? Mase Zishuba. Because being online is not going to help. Something funny is happening here. They everywhere. They are everywhere. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Anyway, I hope you're ready, you guys. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on the thank you button. And please do drop me a comment in the comment section down below. I don't think I'm paranoid. I think something really, really, really deep is happening at this point. And it all works. Like, I don't believe in coincidences. It's all coming together in this, like, it's inevitable. That's why those ANC people were so pissed with that whole coalition situation. They know more than you know. As much as they are corrupt and irritating, they know so much. We think that we are here on social media, back and forth, back and forth. It's deeper than what you think. Our country is not even our country. That is so scary to me. Right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.